Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We see former AEW champion Jon Moxley makes a return, and he makes a bizarre return saying that this ain't your company anymore. What is he talking about? He making a strange mission, and a lot of people are speculating that Shane McMahon may be heading his way to AEW. We'll get to the bottom of it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, we hear from new champions. We hear from the women's world champion, Mariah May. She gives an interview, and she gives an interview about what her plans are coming up as well. Also, too, we hear from Daniel Bryanson, the new world champion, address his future. We say on the tagline, what Daniel Bryanson's future is going to be, we're going to see coming up as well. Also, too, we get the debut, and I mean the debut of Ricochet. Ricochet makes his debut here on the Pro Wrestling Show as well. We get everything started here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget, in our digital platforms as well. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. We're going to kick things off with this. Former AEW champion Jon Moxley made a stunning return. We knew Moxley was taking a break, but he took a long, extended break. Moxley came back and made a strange comment telling the crowd that enjoy your time now because things are about to change. And Jon Moxley put out to Tony Schiavone and everybody else that he knows what's going on, and Moxley did not want to speculate on what was going on, the chicanery of what was happening and stuff. A lot of people are pointing to this right here that Moxley may be the vessel to bring Shane McMahon into Dynamite. This is what WrestleVotes just pointed out. Could it be Shane McMahon making his appearance on Dynamite, rival to a company that his family once started, WWE? Could Shane McMahon be crossing the border and crossing the lines between fiction and reality? We will kind of see on that, but Moxley put it out there that, hey, you don't know what I know, and I know what you don't know. So that's what leads to that speculation. So we're gonna see on what's gonna go down with Moxley and he even had more riddles to say a little bit later. But Moxley got accompanied by Maria Shavir. What she's doing and what is this all about coming forward with this? Them attacking security guards, referees, and officials. We don't know what's going on with Moxley, but Moxley has something up his sleeve, so we'll see. Heyman Adam Page went against Amor Tsukishi. Heyman Adam Page, you could say, is obsessed of trying to take down, Swerve. Heyman Adam Page and Swerve are basically at odds and stuff. And did it to Amor Tsukishi right here and stuff. Well, Heyman Adam Page won his match tonight, but he got confronted by the former AEW champion Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland announced that he wants to meet Heyman Adam Page in a match at All Out. The match is official and will happen at All Out. Heyman Adam Page versus Swerve one-on-one right here at All Out in a steel cage match to finally sell their scores. So we'll get that match after Swerve coming out the heels of losing the AEW championship to Bryan Danielson. Swerve wants some revenge, and I guess they're gonna do round 3 inside the steel cage. The steel cage is destined for the heel, but both of them act heel, and both of them want to really tear each other apart. And why not let them tear each other apart limb by limb? So we'll see. Jamie Hayter returns to wrestling and nearly a 15-month absence. Jamie Hayter won her match tonight. Jamie Hayter could be next in line for a shot at the women's championship. Jamie Hayter plays her cards right, and Jamie Hayter won her match in the beginning. So good for Jamie Hayter winning tonight. Also, too, tonight, a huge 8-man all-star tag team match. As Chris Jericho teams up with Roger Strong, Big Bill, and Brian Keith to take on the team of Hook. Um, and Orange Cassidy and the rest of a lot of folks in the match. Um, we'll see that coming up as well for that being that way. But this Dynamite was so okay, but we see that Hook has a new challenger in Roger Strong. Roger Strong set his sights not for the international championship, but he wants the FTW title. So Hook setting his sights on Roger Strong as well as Jericho continue to pose and say, hey guys, hey guys. I think the fans telling Jericho you need to retire or be a manager or be a mouthpiece, but Jericho refused. And Jericho wants to do what he wants to do. And he don't want to be pushed aside. So one thing about Jericho doing what he need to do in order to relive his moments. And Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and the rest of them won their match tonight. So they could be in contention down the road on what's going to go down for them heading into the way. Well, we get the women's world champion, Mariah May. Mariah May, who won the women's world championship away from Toni Storm, now holds the crown, now holds the gold. Mariah May being interviewed by Tony Schiavone, and Schiavone had questions for Mariah May. I thought Mariah May was going to tease Schiavone and told Schiavone, call me Speak B again. She was about to tease. I think they're trying to make her look like she's Sable or something. The glamour of Mariah May. Mariah May was trying to tease and showed her belt. And Mariah May showed her belt tonight as the new women's champion. Mariah May sending a message that maybe she's going to be a fighting champion. Who knows? Mariah May teased and showed the belt tonight. Showing the belt as always. So Mariah May getting herself ready and getting herself prepared for whoever. So we'll see. But speaking of that, MJF coming off the heels of losing his championship, the international championship, but he dubbed it as the American Championship. MJF lost the championship and blamed the fans, especially blamed the Americans. He said that he denounced himself of being American and don't want to be America no more. Well, that left a sour taste pill in MJF's mouth until Daniel Garcia came out there and won a piece of MJF one bit. Garcia said that he wants MJF at All Out in Chicago. MJF saying, well, we'll see. And the match is official. MJF will meet Daniel Garcia at All Out in Chicago. So we're going to get that match as well coming up. Daniel Garcia punishing MJF, trying to take MJF's neck off. These two will meet in 2 weeks at All Out one-on-one. This is a grudge match, and I think I kind of like this grudge match better, but Daniel Garcia sending a message to MJF for taking him out, and he wants to do the same. Daniel Garcia had to go through a whole litany of folks to do what he needed to do, but it became that way for the chicanery and stuff. But MJF did what he needed to do tonight with Daniel Garcia. You can see right here, Daniel Garcia trying to take down MJF. But like I said, a whole list of folks came out there tonight trying to pull these men apart. Even the security tried to pull Daniel Garcia apart, but Daniel Garcia wasn't having that one bit all right. And Daniel Garcia taking it to MJF tonight. And Daniel Garcia will finally get his hands on MJF, but it will be one-on-one. And Daniel Garcia said something shocking, that he's the one that stole MJF's ring and pawned it to get to England to screw MJF tonight. So that's what it led to tonight and how it led to that being that way. So, hey, we kind of got an answer tonight. on what went down tonight. Well, Okada, the Rainmaker, hanging out with Sasha Banks and Private Party. They're gonna be doing something down the road. I don't know what's going on. Private Party and Okada might be having a feud down the road. I don't know why they just jobbed Okada down to that. But hey, we see what went down earlier. So hey, how that went down earlier tonight. Also, too, the Grizzly Young Vets saying they want a part of the tag team champions, the Young Bucks. They wanted the shots of the Young Bucks. They will probably get their shots at the Young Bucks coming up sooner rather than later. So we'll see how that's going to be coming forward with that as well. Well, we get to our match of the night as we see the debut of Ricochet. Ricochet makes his AEW debut from leaving WWE this past summer. Um, Ricochet improving win against Kyle Fletcher and took it to Kyle Fletcher in the match. Kyle Fletcher was the biggest test for Ricochet making his AEW debut, and he did so tonight. Ricochet making leaps and bounds, and he did make leaps and bounds and doing what he needed to do out of this in world. Ricochet was that. Ricochet really impressed me tonight. I think a lot of the fans are. We told you a couple of days ago on the Ring Reports on previous pro wrestling show on Hot Topics that a lot of fans were a little bit happy and a little bit sad, and some were saying that Ricochet ain't gonna be he's gonna be hot for a minute and then cold the next. So we'll have to wait and see on how that's gonna be coming forward with Ricochet. But Ricochet made an impressive debut tonight. Eric Bischoff, former president of WCW, said that Ricochet is going to be like that, a flash in the pan. But I don't think so. Ricochet is going to be having a lot of work to do. And I think we're going to be seeing the best of Ricochet coming up, if you know what I mean. Well, a lot of matches with Ricochet. Ricochet can either go against MJF. Think about the possibilities. Ricochet going against MJF, going against Jericho, going against guys that's way beyond his he never fought. Heyman Page, a former world champion, right here. Ricochet going against someone he knows very well, Swerve Strickland. If you remember Lucha Underground, MJF and Swerve Strickland were two masked men and they was beating the crap out of each other. So we could see that go down as well. But Ricochet with his infamous match, the infamous match he had a couple of years ago, prior before they became worldwide stars. MJF when Ricochet went against Will Ospreay. That's a match right there. I seen the match. They was leaping around. They was complimenting each other's style. You can't tell me that you want to see this match in AEW and AEW and they're under the same umbrella. Come on, AEW is gonna make sense. Well, Will Ospreay was about to say something until Pac, the bastard, said something, and Pac came out of nowhere and attacked Will Ospreay and left Will Ospreay laying. Ricochet even doing these signatures, suck it. I guess he's sending to his ex-former bosses Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Ricochet taking the limit to Kyle Fletcher, and he did so with the aerial assassin and got the 1-2-3. Ricochet could be heading our way, and I would like to see Ricochet have these matches, and he did so until Pac showed up, and Pac told him that he has a date with what's his name coming forward. So I mean, you never know, but you never no, but hey, we could probably see that coming forward and stuff, and how that would be. But Ricochet and Will Ospreay taking it to it, but Pat saying he wants to have his go around with Ricochet with Will Ospreay first for the national championship. Ospreay coming out the heels to win the championship away from MJF. MJF was a little bit bitter and salty, but Pac, the next challenger in line, and hopefully we will get that match between Ricochet and Will Ospreay down the road. I would love to see that match come forward. I know you fans out there would love to see it too. And just let us know. Would you like to see Ricochet and Will Ospreay do it again one more time, but this time in a bigger stage like AEW to show their craft and their skills? That's the question that we want to put out to you. The question of the night. Speaking of that, Bryan Danielson finally wins the AEW championship. Bryan Danielson has done it. He has become AEW champion. Who nearly 10 years ago when Danielson did at WWE win the WWE title, and we talked about it. Go to our archives throughout the All Out review show and predict the outcome. We thank you for those viewership. There was a special, and we did it just for you fans. So go to our archives and watch it, and look back what I thought about it, and you tell me. But Bryan Danielson made the point that need to be known that hey, I'm here. I'm going to keep this title. The only time I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire when I lose the belt. And he said that his family was urging him to lose it, urging him to retire, but he's saying he wants to keep going. He has new challenges away from him and stuff. And I can tell Bryan Danielson love. He's passionate about wrestling, and wrestling is passionate about him, the fans and stuff. For nearly almost 30 years, Daniel Bryan for nearly 25 years. Come on. Daniel Bryan has been embedded in the life of what a professional wrestler is all about. Truly, it's all about. Well, the celebration did not last long as Jack Perry came out of nowhere saying that he's going to challenge for the world championship. He has the TNT championship, and he beat Darby Allin in his own game by burying Darby Allin in a coffin match. Darby got saved by Sting. Well, Jack Perry has new sets and new sights that he wants to take the championship away from Bryan Danielson. And could we see that being a possibility down the road? Only time will tell, but you can tell what went down. But a lot going on this Dynamite to register in. We told you that could Shane McMahon be heading to AEW? We'll see. But after what John Moxley had said tonight, John Moxley trying to gather everyone to get their thoughts together and see if they want to be a part of the force when you think about it. So we'll see. All right. That is the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics on Wrestling Hot Topics. We want to talk about this. It's official. Joe Tessitore from ESPN College Game Day will be on Raw. Joe Tessitore will be on Raw this Monday, and Wade Barrett will join him. Tessitore and Wade Barrett will be calling Raw on the Labor Day edition on Raw and going forward until we'll see. That damn booth, and you ask me, going back and forth. I don't want to say he'll do good or do bad. I know if you good at one thing, the boxing, and now you want to do wrestling, it's going to be a little bit challenging because these fans going to let you know how they feel, and we'll see. But they got a history with these fans trying to tell folks what they need to do and what they not do, and look what they did when they hit up that Irish boy. He's driving in the soccer league, and now they might do the same to Joe Tessitore and might send him back to ESPN. He's on ESPN. Did a wonderful job on ESPN with Jesse Jesse Mick and something. I forgot his name, but from the Bachelor, I know that. But we'll see how this is going to go for Joe Tessitore and how this is going to be for him, and we'll see. Well, speaking of that, the Terror Twins sent a post. Kofi Kingston sent a post tonight saying the Terror Twins 14 years apart. How they twins? They friends in a way, and they leave it like that, Kofi. Leave it like that. All right. I think that's all it right now. The big question is about Shane McMahon. Is Shane McMahon coming to AEW? That's the big question that everyone wants to know. When they said that this is not your company anymore, So a lot's going on. We will have to wait and see on what's went down, what's going on. I think what's involved around AEW coming forward. All right, we're gonna leave you with that spinach image of Shane McMahon and John Moxley when they were in WWE. Could Shane McMahon be heading his way to WWE? That's the only question that we'll find out. Thanks for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. Thank you for watching.